Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Buenos dias. Happy Tuesday.
Jason, happy Tuesday. Good
How are
morning, Dan. Happy Tuesday. And everybody else out there in the space. How you doing? Good morning. How was your first day back to school after spring break?
It was decent. Stayed up way too late, stressing out about it like I do every year for the past 11 years, but it always goes fine. I don't know why I continue to do that to myself. Is this your spring break this week? I know you told
Yeah,
me.
this is funny. It's like a funny question, right? Like, I don't get a spring break. I'm at work, obviously. But yes, my kids are on spring break. They're all home chilling. I honestly think that they would all prefer to just do absolutely nothing. Um, they've just
Yes.
been running around like crazy for a while now. Except
Um,
for Bentley. Bentley really wants to go to the zoo.
yeah. My kids would be totally happy. Absolutely, like just staying in pajamas all day most of the time. And I don't know about you, but sometimes I struggle with that. Like, on one hand, I'm happy that, like, they're really comfortable at the house, right? Like, it's like they're not
Hmm.
constantly asking to leave. I like that. They invite friends over, and the friends seem to enjoy it here. But, they are embedded here, and sometimes I wonder if that's a failure on my part of not, like, pushing them out of the house more.
Yeah, but it's also your break.
Yeah, and I'm selfish. So
No, I did get some. Get some messages yesterday. My wife and Bentley went in the pool. I think we still have some lingering heat in it from Sunday's event. So I'm hoping that's what it was. But yeah, they went swimming. But I'm sure the girls just I would I would really be shocked if they changed their clothes since this weekend, even today.
yeah. I get to the point. Here's where I know I've been on break too long is when I can't quite remember the last time I showered.
Yeah.
Um,
Is that like the first month in summer? Because you're like, honey, what day is it?
yeah, uh,
June or July?
like Robin Williams and Jumanji.
Yeah.
What year is it? But yeah, that's my I think 3 days. 3 days is when like if I'm on break, I'll go like 3 days until I can notice my aura. I think is what the kids call it these days.
I believe so.
Um,
Um,
I Just a little shout out to I don't know, I'm still, like, learning ab about the, like, Twitter chats. I
mhm.
feel like so, like, behind on Twitter technology. But in the chat I caught this morning on the way to the gym, a little discussion about, I think it was Scuba Steve's daughter,
Yeah.
whose also name is Junie. We're just
Yep.
talking about, like, the rough days where sometimes the best thing is probably just stay home, and we also have a Junie in the same boat with, like, the same challenges, and sometimes it's not worth sending them to school in that mindset. It's just not gonna be positive for anybody, and, um, yeah, sometimes you just gotta let it ride. So, I appreciate Scuba Steve sharing that this morning.
Oh yeah. I think he was just hardcore flexing on the heavy amount of excused absences, like
Yeah,
Scuba does.
we're about we might be around that number too, to the point where, like, the school starts asking for doctor's notes.
Yeah. Good morning, Ryan.
Good morning. I love that scuba was Jason's outlet for conversation inside this community. It kind of scares me.
Well, he's just funny because he just like you almost never know he's there, but then he's always there, and then he just finds these really crazy moments to like just drop. Sometimes like gems, you know, like he is a very intelligent human. He's very thoughtful. And then other times it's just perfect comedic timing. The stuff that happens. Like we haven't seen him in here for a while, but he'll come in with something.
He was traveling in Europe. He might still be there right now. I think he's there for, I don't know what he was there for. He's talking about dropping off some cars and going to a concert.
Oh, I know what he was there for. Dude's crazy.
Oh, what was he there for?
So, he's been trying to like offload a lot of his VeeFriends cards, and I guess he ran into someone who was interested in buying them in Europe. And I think it's like a store or something. So he's got a lot of slabs. So I think the person was trying to establish a collection, and he was just looking, at first he just reached out to him for a couple of cards, and Scuba's like, well, I got like hundreds of them. And he's like, and it probably would cost the same for me to ship them to you versus just getting a plane ticket and flying out there.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I mean, that kind of, I don't know much about him because he is kind of an enigma, and I haven't spent enough time talking to him, but that kind of flexibility in life and in job to just be like, I'm just going to go fly to England next week.
Choices, man. To have choices like that, I think is pretty incredible.
But it sounds pretty cool. So
yeah,
hoping 100%. It all goes well and he's not walking into some weird situation.
I'm sure he is making the situation weird in one way or another.
He just shows up in his scuba outfit.
Well, I know he was talking with Vintage that was over there and all that kind of stuff too. So it's good.
I'm a walking excused absence. All right, David.
I love that. I'm gonna give that to Junie as a gift.
You're making a shirt out of it? Is that what you're gonna
do? Yeah, I always write down these ideas for shirts, and then I never put them on. Summer break when I'm not showering, I'll make some shirts.
There you go.
Oh my goodness! I feel like if I had any machine, if I had a what is it? What's the machine?
Screen printing machine.
Screen printing machine. I feel like if I had a screen printing machine, it'd be dangerous. I wouldn't stop making shirts.
Yeah.
It'd be dangerous. I mean, in fact, I made up my own sourdough.
Congrats on that.
Recently. My goodness.
That's cool.
I was going to say, I think that's the other reason why your wife's like very comfortable being in a small home in Brooklyn, because she knows it also controls the amount of stuff that you can create and the amount of machines you can buy. Because it's like if you lived in my house, your garage would be like a warehouse.
It would definitely, yes, it would. Because I'm definitely not somebody that would hoard anything as much as I would like set myself up to make things, right? So so the things like, and then I guess you're playing with semantics here, because then I would end up probably hoarding, equipment or devices to make things with, and probably gym equipment and then all this other stuff too. So, but
yeah,
good otherwise. How is your home gym going?
It's good. I love it. I worked out in it all 3 days when I was there for the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Got my wife in there on Sunday. She wasn't feeling motivated to get out of bed. She was already in pre-spring break mode. And I was like, no. We have a party coming over. I need you to wake up. So got her down there. We hung out in there for a little bit. Yeah. I miss it already. Awesome. Yesterday I wanted to work out and I didn't have anywhere to go. So I just went to that park around the corner from my office that I showed you guys and did a little exercise there.
Are the kids picking up an idea to join you in workouts at all?
A little bit, because again, I do everything when they're asleep, but they do come in, they hang out, and they watch me hit the bag a little bit and stuff like that. So yeah, I think they're picking it up for sure. Like definitely more than they would if it wasn't there.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. Well, I think that's a huge win, just for them to see that it's there and that it's available.
You guys got some gratitudes today?
Yeah, mine was centered around work. Yesterday went really smooth for me. Just, was grateful for um, I was actually grateful for, I wrote that I was grateful for challenges, like the challenges and opportunities that my work provides. It's never the same. Every job is different, every client's different. And so some stuff came up over the weekend that I wasn't prepared for, but I have a good team. So my guy let me know what was going on early yesterday morning. I was able to go look at it, talk to my client, and kind of have a plan to adapt and get going. And the clients were, you know, easygoing about it, even though it's going to cost them a little bit more money. They were easygoing about it, and we're good. We're moving forward. So that's good.
Nice. Ryan, what you got? Sourdough starter?
I'm gonna go a different route because I've been doing this in my journal. When I get to it, I'm actually writing it down, and writing down like with hand is just so cathartic. But sometimes getting my journal out, here it is right here. I feel like I don't always have with me. But one thing I was doing, I mentioned the other day, is that starting the day off with just writing down words, like things that you're actually like feeling. I felt like it was really good. And then so that's just what I was thinking about, because I was like, I definitely have gratitude. Like my gratitude would definitely be kind of around like the fact that maybe it's starting to warm up some. Like I need this. I need some warmth outside that I can just like not bundle up and have to get out there. But I think that like I am feeling like a few things right now. Like I'm feeling, I think, uplifted. I think I'm feeling encouraged right now. And I've been feeling very creative. I have a little bit of energy. So like, I think feeling somewhat energized right now. And I am, I think I'm feeling open, right? So like those are 5 words that are coming to me like really quickly that I probably want to sit in as much as I can. I'll come back to if I start to have feelings of, not feeling so inspired, because I know that I am feeling these. So that's where I'm at.
Yeah, that comes and goes. I heard a great analogy. I've referenced before the surfer analogy. Some days you're just sitting waiting for a wave. Other days you catch the big one. And sometimes it lasts a long time. Sometimes it lasts only a few days, sometimes a few hours. That's kind of been a recurring theme the past few years. And like in the low points when you're like low in energy, sometimes forcing it just doesn't work. Like there's something to be said about reinforcing habits when you're not feeling it. Like I did that this morning. Sometimes it's just not there, and I don't find that forcing it helps, and kind of take away what you can from the low points, whether that's some knowledge or reflection.
I think it's great.
So
it sounds like that's how you're handling most mornings. I think you're saying like you have your routine, but you're giving yourself a little bit of grace if you don't feel as if you can follow through. And Jasmine, what's going on? Great to see you.
Yeah, learn some grace with my energy levels. Sometimes they fluctuate, as does everybody's. It is inspiring to get online and see everybody hacking away at whatever they're doing, making sourdough, wheeling and dealing in the home construction biz, and that day might just not be your time, and just kind of be happy for those that are, and gain what you can from them.
Man, that is a thought that I've been trying to teach my girls a little bit about: applauding, getting excited, being happy for the other one. My girls are like in the bickering moment, and it is challenging. And it's tough because like, especially with my oldest, I don't know how you guys feel about this right now, but especially with my oldest, I'm like, you're 4 years older. Like, just walk away from this. Like, and what you're saying right now, are you saying it as a constructive thing, or are you saying it because you want to start a fight? Or are you saying it and like, this is not where I would go with this conversation, but like, is she saying this because she wants attention right now? And that could be the fact. I don't know. But it's difficult to listen to. And so, making sure that we can be happy for others in moments of, down feelings, because it's going to come around, as long as we can kind of give it. I think it's always good.
I might even say those low points is a good little introduction to today's reading about making time for things. The times when you're feeling inspired and like you're really on top of your routine, the things that might take away from your family time or your kid time, those low points, I would say that might be a great time to practice making the time for the people in your life, whether it's making a phone call to a friend or family, giving some gratitude for somebody who's really hitting it on all cylinders. That seems like it might be a good way to approach those times when you're not totally nailing it, is to just give time to others, whether it's your family, friends, coworkers, other important people in your life.
I think David's over here. David mentioned about giving himself grace yesterday, right? Part of your gratitude. And I think that if you can give yourself grace, that kind of gives you room then, I guess, to focus on other people, or at least kind of give that energy over. I think it's also kind of that area of like, Jason, you're aware of this, the idea of spoons.
I love spooning.
I love spooning too. Sometimes I wish I was a small spoon more often, to be honest.
Me too.
I'm
Let me be the small spoon.
That drink of water before you guys drop that joke.
Who was joking?
Sorry, take that back.
I've told Kristen, I was like, you know what? A few weeks ago, I was like, sometimes I like being the little spoon.
Look, Fialo's on board. He also would like to be a little spoon sometimes. Not all the time, just sometimes.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? All the ladies in chat. Okay, go home and make your man the little spoon tonight.
Be a nice cozy ladle and just snuggle on up.
Do you want to feel what it's like to have a face full of hair and being told to get comfortable? No, I know you don't.
Hey, we brought Paul in.
There it is. My goodness. Wait, the reading today, Jason, I know you were touching on it. It's about creating the time. So what is sad reading today? What is sad reading? Was it sad? Yeah. Are we thinking today is sad? Is that the first thought?
Not sad. I might say accusatory. I felt like I was being attacked for not making time.
Oh, that's very interesting.
Not really attacked.
Wait, why were you being attacked and not
Churchill?
Who was?
Because the title literally is "Why didn't you make time for me?" That's why.
Did you? But did you read beyond the title?
No, I rage closed my book. Right. Yeah, I did. Well, I'll just be honest. I quickly read it before getting on today. And in my skimming, I'm kind of picking up the same vibes from a few days ago or I would say like the opposite readings with Queen Elizabeth making the time before or after, or moving appointments around to fit in her nursery time. This seems to be the opposite, where you might have such a set schedule, or maybe you're in one of those weeks where work or your independent ventures might be taking precedence over family time, to the point where like maybe your kids start asking like, hey, what are you doing? Hey, can you play with me? I'd say if the kids start saying things about you being gone, that's the time when you might refocus your energy a bit or balance it out.
Tom, I feel like is an expert at this.
I am. No, I mean, it goes back to like what BroFit said, and like how David agreed to it, and I know you guys know that I do it too, but waking up earlier is like really the key, to getting that me time out of the way in whatever way possible, so that, when I'm home, the second they're awake, I can focus everything towards them. That's been a real difference for me and for them, for sure. For my wife as well. Um, and, like we talked about, I think a couple of days ago or a week ago, it's just putting your phone down, getting out of that. I think Ryan, we got some information from Blaze the other day about, like, he's deleted his X app for a couple of days because, he's got to, mostly because he's got to tap in at work a little harder this week. But I know that his second priority, or his first priority, is his kids and his family. So it's kind of like that, like putting those other things aside, putting them on hold, so that you can narrow your focus to just one or two things, right?
Yeah, I think this is a big conversation. I don't feel like it's so much about the story as much as it is what we're talking about now. But yeah, I think boundaries is something that a lot of us can definitely struggle with. And not because we're not good at it. I think just because I think that boundaries are forever pushed against as we're parenting and, rediscovering ourselves as we kind of go through these later years, early years of parenting, middle years of parenting, and so on and so forth. And it's I think that we're always looking for some sort of satiety in life, some sort of satiation. And maybe I'm just over projecting on this, but it's, I think that these moments of wanting to get creative, wanting to be dynamic, wanting to be efficient, wanting to, feel, what's the word I'm thinking of? I can't think of the word, so I threw other ones out there.
What's the word? Just feeling good.
They were all great, but accomplished. I think just like feeling like you accomplished something in the day is great. And when I feel like I've accomplished something, but only because I've set what I wanted to accomplish and I put up those boundaries, and set those goals, can I then actually show up best for my family and my kids?
Ryan, explain the 3-3-3 rule for David, please.
Oh man, I love the 3-3-3 rule. I'm big on thresholds, like trying to at least like know what your minimum is. And so this was not my idea, obviously. It came from, I forget where it came from. I should look and see. But the 3-3-3 rules, looking at the 3 most important times within your children's day, the ones that have the most impact on them mentally and physically. And so it's the 3 minutes when they wake up in the morning. It's the 3 minutes when they return home from school. And there's 3 minutes before they go to bed. So, I like to focus on this for myself, where if I feel as if I'm not doing a good job of prioritizing what I need to, and I'm not feeling like I'm getting things done, well, I know that I at least have 3 minutes. I know that I can at least give 3 minutes in the morning, right when my kids get up, even if I'm stressed. Like you definitely have 3 minutes. Like you can shut things off. You can refocus on your kids in the moment. Like you can compartmentalize as much as necessary for 3 minutes. You can do that. And then if life gives it to you where, maybe you had a hard time actually putting yourself in a position to do more, well, if it's given to you after those 3 minutes, take it. But if it doesn't, well, then you can kind of cut it off, and then you can not sit in guilt and shame, if you weren't able to give it. But at least you're doing that. And I think at the end of the week, you can look back and be, okay, at least I gave those 9 minutes in my kid's day. And then if you feel like you need more, we'll give more. But just know that is the threshold, that is the minimum that we can definitely give our kids. Everybody has 9 minutes to give their kids in a day. And even like personally, I've given it like 5 minutes as well. I've been like, okay, well, I definitely have 5 minutes. If I had 3 minutes, I have 5 right now. But I think it's it's not as much about the 9 or the 3 minutes rather, as much as it is, I think, about making sure that we we know like you don't have to give everything.
Well, it's like you said, it's making sure that you're available during those 3 different parts of the day, and whether it's 1 minute, 3 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour, like you're tapping in with your kids and they're getting to, they're just getting that connection, that comfort, as Brofit put it, whatever they need, they will get from you in those minutes of the day, 3 times a day, twice a day, whatever you make it be, right? Like if you're someone who's not home, like me, basically not home from them when they come home from school, for me, it's more about, I send them a message in the morning. Like we kind of have like a little bit of a dialogue in the morning when they wake up. And then on most days I'm trying to get them when I come home. So, but yeah, I agree. I like that a lot.
I gotta say, I'm a little jealous that the amount of times that I want to be able to like text at least my oldest. I can't do it because she doesn't have a way for us to get in touch with her. But I'm jealous of that. So I'm excited to get to that level. It's also nervous because that means that it's more social media, or it's more just technology.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's a fun little thing, like to be able to like slow yourself down and like put some words into a message that like maybe it's a little hard or uncomfortable to have that face to face. Like you could just put some things down, and then like it's also fun to see their response. Like my 2 girls that I text, like they respond in completely different ways. It does actually crack me up, but it's like it's their personality. It's the way they are.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man.
Yeah, I'll agree with Dom. Once your kids get into the texting age, like we'll text back and forth, like, we'll be, open and honest and, showing our love for each other, or like the once in a while you send your daughter a text of just like an appreciative text, like you'd send to an adult. And like I've done that a few times with Kira, and it's nice to get like a semi-adult response to that from like a kid. It's like, oh, they're growing up through technology. I like the 3. The thought that I had with the 3-3-3 rule is starting things is hard in those 3 minutes. And this is nothing new. I'm sure I've like heard this before. I'm sure you guys have seen something like this. Like starting something really only takes 3 minutes, right? Maybe even a minute. Like if you literally set a timer, or if I set a timer for 3 minutes and do like clean up my studio, or like finish. I have a dog sitting next to Dash that needs like 10 minutes of work. And I just
only 3, Jason, only 3 minutes.
Yeah. It's right there. It's like ready to be done. It's for Angie Bidnick, if you don't remember her from high school.
I did. I hooked up with her.
Okay.
For 3 minutes.
Anyway, yeah, that's who it's for. But Don, I promise Dash will be done in the next month. I'll send it to you.
What's up, Beans?
Anyway, 3 minutes,
buddy. I think the last thing I was just going to say really quick is that the 3-minute rule I love, because it not only is the idea of kind of like giving the 3 minutes like ahead of time, but if I mess up bedtime and I lose my cool, I think that once things kind of calm down, you can revisit the 3 minutes, right? Kind of go back in, talk a little more calmly, give that 3 minutes, and you can reset it. I think is really good. So that has probably saved me in my head, in my thinking, more often than not.
Well said.
Very good stuff.
Yeah. I got to run.
Sounds good, guys.
Time.
All right. So thank you. Have a good day, guys. Chat. Love you all. Have a good day. See you tomorrow.
Thanks, Internet, for joining in. See you all next time. Oh, you guys want to jump in tonight?
No. Possibly.
That's right there. Daily Husbands, something.
Yeah, maybe. Well, let's text.
Okay. Have a good day.
See you guys.